A lot of black women in my life will say that black women will always go where they feel most loved. I don't think black women will ever turn on black men because of how loyal they are and because of how trusting they are and how much just amazing they are. However, I can see it. I can see the winds are changing.
Early in the morning,
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and I'm back with an interesting video today. You guys know me. I don't shy away from race issues. I don't shy away from any topic that I feel needs talking about. And this is one of those topics. Black men, my brothers, my kings, we have got to do better for our women. You guys that have followed me for a while, you know that I'm very pro-black. You understand? I identify with my black side. I'm a mixed race guy, but I'm black in my eyes. You understand? When I say black, I don't mean dark skin. I understand my privilege as a mixed race man. I understand my privilege as a light-skinned black person, but I'm not talking about that. I'm black. It's that simple. I'm part of the black community, and I ride for my brothers and sisters. No one can take away my blackness. I've done too much for the community over the years. You know, no one can take away my blackness from me. You feel me? So, however, a big part about being pro-black, yeah, is understanding and highlighting the ignorance within our own community. That's what being pro anything is. Understanding where we can be better. Understanding where we're going wrong. Black women are tired and bored of the narrative that we help keep push, essentially. Now you guys will know, yeah, I've done videos on colorism before. I've done videos on the fetishization of black men before by white women. I don't shy away from these topics. I'll leave them in the description below. Check them all out. You know my opinion on all that stuff. I've educated people on all this stuff for time. And now it's time to educate my brothers. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell to be notified because I'll be dropping videos all over the place at random times in it. So hit the bell to be notified for me and let's get straight into this. So the inspiration for this video, about an hour ago I was laying in bed, 7 a.m. or some shit. I was laying in bed and I came across a video. Actually, in fact, I came across two videos, but I came across one video and then the suggested video afterwards, I ended up clicking on that as well. I ended up watching a video of a white guy talking about why he dates interracially, why he prefers dating black women over white women. He is respectful with the way he says it, very respectful. So any white women in the audience, you should check out the video and watch it with an open mind. Don't be insulted because in fact, black men as well. He says something that hurts the pride of black men way more than white women. So you should watch it and hear what he's got to say. But in this video, he talks about why he dates black women and why he prefers dating black women. And this is the first ever video, yeah, I've ever seen where someone talks about their preference, for example, properly, without fetishizing their preference. So in this video, he says nothing but positive things about black women, but not fetishization things. Not that, oh yeah, they got big bums, yeah, they got nice lips, and yeah, they got this. It's nothing like that. He compares his experience with black women and compares his experience with white women and some kind of core fundamental differences on average. Now listen, you sensitive souls in the audience, when I say white people or black people or Asian people, whatever, it's a general rule of thumb or whatever the saying is. I don't mean all, okay? So the same way he says that, there's always going to be exceptions to the rules. Any rule. I'm smart enough not to generalize, but when I say white people or black people, whatever, I mean the general narrative on average, okay? So no sensitive souls in the comment section saying, oh, but they can't. Shut up, I don't care. I said what I said and I say what I say. Argue with a mirror. So he mentions a couple points that I agree with and some statistics to back it up. I watched someone called the Shumaki way afterwards, and the way he described it was perfect. So let's actually get into the nitty-gritty of what I'm actually talking about here. I've already done videos of the history of colorism. The history of colorism is very important when looking at narratives of people in general and how colorism impacts the mentality today. So white America, for instance, and white history, unfortunately, whether white people care to admit it or like to accept it or not, white people are to blame for a lot of black men not knowing where they come from in America. Black people not knowing where they come from, is obviously the fault of white America in erasing their history and things like that. You know, the raping of black slaves, creating mixed race people who were closer to the white image, so they got treated in the house and things like that. So I'm not going to go through that history. I've done a 17-minute video on that already, so please check that out. I'll leave it in the description below. So I'm not suggesting that black people's ignorance is entirely the fault of black people. It's not. It originates from white people. However, I will not sit here and accept that it's just white people's fault all the time. And it's, oh yeah, if it wasn't for white people, this and this. Okay, white people might have been the origin of the issue. yeah, with the history of colorism and how that's impacted our mentalities today. But black men, you can't hide behind that no more. You have a responsibility. And what I'm talking about here is the black men who specifically date white women and undermine black women while they do it. This is what the whole video is about here. There's a generation and there's a lot of people within the black community who date outside their race, specifically white women, which is fine. You're allowed to have this whole preference thing is annoying because I don't really buy into this whole preference thing. There's always a reason why you have a preference and there's always a why. I'd like to know, but if you can have a preference, you can prefer another race, because that would suggest that you like all races. But these black men here who specifically date white women only are very dangerous. They seem to always belittle black women while they do it. Black women are too feisty, black women got too much arrogant attitude, black women they're too much to deal with. White women they're a bit easier to get on with. You can have your way with white women a bit more, this, that and the other. All these weird random stereotypes that these certain black men think is a thing. And these same black men seem to think they're desirable. So these are the same black men that don't mind being fetishized by white women. These are the same men that don't mind white women just chasing after them for the clout or for the skin color to make them seem cool, or because it's in or because it's fashionable. These are the same men that don't mind being fetishized by white women. You black men are a joke. If you see the way white women talk about you, you'd be embarrassed. You guys will know about this. You know the white women in the UK, their Snapchat stories got leaked and they were absolutely bashing black men. They were saying how black men are just so thirsty for them, how black men don't have no self-esteem, how this, and you're letting these white girls talk about you like that. This is how a lot of white women, or this is how some white women view black men. Now again, this is what I'm saying, it's a spectrum. It's not just white women that fetishize black men, white women that don't respect black men. It's not just those two teams, there's a whole spectrum in between. But this is what I'm saying. So if it's not the fetishization and you not respecting yourself, it's these lot where they're saying that, yeah, when I deal with a black man, they're just so easy to get because they're just throwing themselves. I was embarrassed for you, man. I was so angry hearing the way these white women were talking, but I was embarrassed for the black men that they're talking about. Let me play the audio of what a white woman in America says now.
If you grow up as a white girl,
Yes.
and you get attention from black guys,
Yes.
in my experience and all the other white girls that I know, we don't think that getting attention from black guys gives you a status of some sort. If you get attention from the white guys,
No,
you do have the status more than if you get attention from black guys.
as a man, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with that.
Well, as a woman who gets attention and
Yes.
who grew up in a white culture more than a black culture, I'm going to tell you that getting attention from black guys is not a badge of honor if you're white.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are one.
Yes. Now,
Well, let's see it as
if a
sense.
white girl gets attention from a white guy, that's more valuable in white culture than if she gets attention from a black guy. If she gets attention from a black guy, that doesn't make you a better anything. Like, that doesn't raise you in anybody's eyes. As a matter of
In
fact,
some people's eyes, it does.
as a matter of fact, it's a little bit of a...
That's a white woman explaining to a black man how white people view black men. She's saying in white culture, in the culture as a white woman growing up in her white area, growing up in her white experience, that's how they view black men. She's saying that with chest. And this black guy here saying, I'm respectfully gonna have to disagree. What do you know? Big man, what do you know? You're black. You don't know what it's like for a white woman and how they talk. You don't respectfully disagree because, okay, in your experience and in my experience, we've been fetishized. Yeah, white women do fetishize us, but not all white women, unfortunately. A lot of white people view us like that. How when black men go for white women, they don't view it as a badge of honor. In fact, to their peers, it looks like it's not a good thing, it's a bad thing. And that's how a lot of white people view black people, unfortunately. And this black guy's embarrassing himself the more he's like, yeah, I respectfully disagree and this. No, you can't disagree, this is her experience. So that's where me and a lot of black women have a problem. This continuous fake narrative that black women are feisty, all this stuff. We're not appreciating what black women go through. We're not appreciating what they actually deal with. Yeah. So this is the problem that black women have, and I have with these types of black men. because they undermine and destroy the confidence and destroy the self-esteem of their own people. How can you try and destroy the self-esteem of your own people when your mum looks like that? How can you actually be a black man here? Say for example you're mixed race like me or darker skinned, right? But you have a black mother or whatever, and you're cussing and you're saying you'd rather go with a white woman because black women this, that and the other, or black women look like this, or black women attitude this. Your mum is that. So clearly something's not aligning here, and that's where it comes back to the history of racism and history of slavery and how it impacts mentality. But you can't hide behind that no more. I'm a mixed race man. I don't have a black mother. I have a white mom, a whole white family, but I have an entire black family, black aunties, black cousins. But I respect and love all women. I love my queens, my black queens. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've got no preference. I find beauty in every single race. You know, there's been weeks where, when I was more active, I think I did something with a white girl. Then I think a few days later I did something with a black girl. And a couple of days later I did something with a Middle Eastern girl. I know that's a bit too much detail. It was a while back. But the point is, that proves my point. In 1 week or whatever, I've got 3 different races. So I've really got no preference, but I respect and love my black queens. Now I'm gonna play you a clip from this white guy. This is gonna hurt the feelings of black men with pride. Yeah? This is gonna hurt your feelings. Because what he's about to say, it's not what you wanna hear, big man.
There's statistics on interracial marriage and divorce, and it's actually kind of interesting because a white man with a black woman has half the divorce rate of a white man with a white woman. And interestingly enough, if you reverse the genders and you put a black man with a white woman, they have twice the divorce rate of a white couple or a black couple. I mean, I think they apply either way. So it's interesting that if you just reverse and put a black man with a white woman versus a white man with a black woman, the divorce statistics are 400% more likely to get divorced. And they say that's because, and I'm just putting this shit out there, I'm not making it up. They say it's because in the white culture, white men are the stronger of the two genders, and in the black culture, the black women are the stronger of the two genders. And so when you get them together, they're just more likely to succeed. They've probably overcome more to be together if they're in an area where there's issues with interracial dating. So, all right, that's reason number one.
I believe the statistics. Now, those statistics were 2+ years old, plus they're American. So I'm going to hold my hands up. I don't know the UK statistics. However, I'm very confident, being a black man, being a person from the black community, having experienced the life I've experienced for nearly 26 years, those stats, about right. Now, I don't know how you determine who's stronger. I don't know the measurements or the data that goes into proving or suggesting that someone is stronger. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I agree. And I'll say that with chest. I believe in the white community, it would be the men who are the stronger ones. So this is no offense to the white women in the audience. I don't mean this is not an offense to you. I agree with that stat. The same way I agree that within the black community, black women are stronger. No doubt. No, it's not even a question. It's not even a comparison. And that's no offense to my black brothers at all, but black women are stronger. They go through too much, they deal with too much. So those stats suggesting a white man with a black woman, they last 2 times more than white on white or black man on white woman. I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised.
How is it that a white man can see more value in our women than we see in our women? Y'all out here chasing his woman, chasing white women, while this man clearly feels that our women are the best choice for him. That's ironic as hell, ain't it?
I completely agree with my man there. I completely agree. And I want to end on this. All my friends are black in it. You know, of course I've got loads of white friends, but the day-to-day, the people I chill with on a day-to-day basis or whatever, on the grand scheme of things, are black in it. So I've got a lot of black women in my life. A lot of black women in my life will say that black women will always go where they feel most loved. I don't think black women will ever turn on black men because of how loyal they are and because of how trusting they are and how much just amazing they are. However, there's evidence. You must be. I'm perceptive. I told you that I'm perceptive. I can see it. I can see the winds are changing. I've seen certain black women tweeting about white kings and this, that, and the other, and I'm thinking, huh? If white men are certain white men are appreciating black women more than black men, that can't run. That can't run. So yeah, black men do better. Black queens stay strong. Big up the 2 people that I referenced in this video, and yeah, stay safe. Like, comment, subscribe. See you soon.